The story told of a dangerous seacoast where, despite the presence of a lighthouse, many ships were lost on the jagged rocks, and many lives were lost to the sea. Frustrated by the difficult situation, one day the lighthouse keeper had an idea. He wanted to start a life-saving station. He recruited a couple of others who were concerned about the problem. They found a small little boathouse next to the sea and a little dinghy that they could use to go out and see if they could help those who were stranded or drowning in the water. It wasn't long until some who had been saved by these efforts began to pay attention to the important work that they were doing. Others in the community also began to pay attention and wanted to help out. Soon they had several volunteers who would go and see who they could help when a boat was stranded or had crashed on the rocks. And soon money began to come in to support their efforts as well. They realized that they could upgrade their little boathouse and begin to build a nice facility, replacing their hospital cots with nice beds, bringing in furnishings, decorating things, and making it a nice place to receive those who had been saved from the sea. It was so nice, in fact, that many of the members of this group began to hang out there at the life-saving station, even when they weren't on duty. It became kind of a local gathering place, kind of a club. And as time went on, many of those volunteers began to neglect their duties to go out onto the sea when the call was made. In fact, they preferred to stay there in their nice, comfortable, life-saving club. And so they reached a point where they hired a professional team to man the boats and to bring in the lost and the hurting. This went on for some time until one night there was a particularly bad storm and a large ship was crashed on the rocks. The professional team went out and brought in as many as they possibly could, filling the life-saving station with the cold, the wet, somewhat diseased, and even some foreigners who spoke other languages. The people of the club became shocked at what was happening in their facilities, became worried that some of those who had been brought in were not even legal to be in their life-saving station. As soon as the mess was cleaned up, they had a meeting. They had to stop this situation from happening again. And it was decided that they would build another smaller building, an outbuilding, a shower house, where they would welcome in those who were saved from the sea, where they could get cleaned up and made presentable before they entered into the life-saving station. Even this did not last long, and soon they voted to disband their life-saving efforts altogether and settle for simply being their life-saving club. As a church, we need to guard against the temptation to become simply a club. We need to guard our calling to be lifesavers, to be reaching out to those around us who are in need, those around us who do not know the love of Jesus. As we continue our look at the externally focused life, this week we're going to be talking about what it means to be a church that is externally focused as well. A church that is paying attention to those opportunities around us that God gives us in order to meet needs, in order to be a benefit to our community, in order to share the love of Jesus with those who are around us. So join us this Sunday at 10 o'clock and again Sunday evening at 5:30 as we continue to talk about the externally focused life. Thank you.